Hi, I'm Kathy from the Haywood County Public Library. I'm the Adult Services Librarian, and every month I like to feature a handful of books on lots of different topics. This month's topic is going to be Western North Carolina history. So, in what you should read next, I think you should read some of these next. These are some great choices in learning about our beautiful area. First one is the Haywood County Portrait of a Mountain Community. This is a bicentennial production. It was created in 2008. Various writers contributed to it. A lot of names that you might recognize. Kathy Ross, Michael Beadle, and lots of others. And each chapter is written by someone different and covers the time period from when our county began to the present day, covering political culture, transportation, tourism, farming, natural disasters, industry and commerce. It's just, there's something for everybody here, and it's really a fascinating book, a lot of pictures and maps. If you want to know in depth about Haywood County, you got to check this book out. The next one is The German Invasion of Western North Carolina. This is a book that a lot of you may not have ever heard of, about an event you may not have heard of, and that is the internment of Germans in Hot Springs in 1917. It's kind of shocking and really interesting. There's a lot of great pictures in this book. So the event was in 1917, and there were a group of German internees that were brought here, and the government took over the Mountain Park Hotel and turned it into barracks. And then German family members came to stay in Hot Springs and stayed with the locals. So I'm sure you can imagine there's all kinds of first-hand accounts in here of how that went. Sometimes well, sometimes not so well. But this is a great collection of maps and photos and first-hand accounts of this really amazing event. So check this out. The Heart of Confederate Appalachia. This book covers the Western North Carolina area in the Civil War era. A lot of people think that this area missed out on the worst part of the war, but that would not be true. And this book goes into detail explaining how the war shattered the economy, uprooted families, created terrific problems in people's families. There was some guerrilla warfare, and then of course the conventional armies that were fighting. And this book really goes into great detail about that time period. It's fascinating. So if you want to know what Western North Carolina was like during the Civil War, this is the book you would want to look at. Western North Carolina History, A Visual Journey. This book is so cool because it's using stereo views pictures, which are stereoscopic. They were taken by putting two lenses mounted about 2.5 inches apart. And then when the photographs were created, there would be a stereoscopic reader that you would hold up to your face, and the images would then be 3D. This book is full of photos of this area taken by photographers that were employing this type of photography. And basically there's 3 or 4 of them that were quite famous in that time, and they've been collected in this book, and it's a really great pictorial view of Western North Carolina. And here's one on Cherokee history, the Cherokee Heritage Trails Guidebook. This one was created by the Blue Ridge Heritage Initiative, and it is a fascinating book that encompasses history, travel. It's got maps, it's got poems, it's got Cherokee stories. It is organized around the 7 geographical hubs or communities of the original Cherokee homeland. And within each one, it covers the sites at these places, the side trips that you can take from the site, scenic drives, and events that occur yearly at all these Cherokee sites. This is a really great book to have if you want to take some road trips to some Cherokee sites, and you can take a look at this ahead of time and read about the history and take a look at some of the side trips you can make during the day. And last but not least, this is the most famous of all the books that I chose. This is our Southern Highlanders, and this is by Horace Kephart. And since this book was first published, it has been the standard by which all other books on the Southern Mountain region are judged. He moved here in the early 1900s, and it's a fascinating look at this area through his eyes. And it is a narrative of his adventures and a study of his life among the mountaineers. You don't want to miss it. It's a great history of this area. I'll have these books listed on our webpage if you'd like to take a look at it there. And if you have any questions, just email me, and thanks for watching.